What's up, guys? So I'm here again. Yeah, I know I've been away for a while. Sometimes I feel very lazy to do these videos anyway, but yeah, today I'm here for you guys, right? So I'll be breaking down Euro USD and then gold, and if there's enough time I'll break down Gbpusd as well, right? So that you can have varieties of pairs to look at. Okay, so real quick, before I step onto the chat, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because look at the time I'm recording this video, 9 p.m. So hit that subscribe button for me, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment and a like on this video as well. Okay, so yeah, let's step onto the chat. Let's see what we have for the upcoming trading week. Okay guys, so welcome back. Now, very quick, okay, quickest breakdown that you ever see. So first of all, I'm going to start from the weekly time frame, okay, on Euro USD. Okay, I'm touching Euro USD first, so I'm going to start from the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly time frame, the last time we had a weekly break of structure was this guy over here. Boom. That was the last time we had a weekly break of structure. After this weekly break of structure, we had price doing some stuffs in here, which some people are also going to consider this as a weekly breaks or whatsoever, but that's fine with me. So yeah, you can see we're on the weekly time frame, right? But with me, I know that this is my guy over here. Boom. This is the last time that price left this guy, and it is now coming back, right? You can see we've tapped into this guy, we've rejected nicely. So the weekly is telling you this story that we are trying to make a push to the top. Okay, but if these pushes will come into play, it will all depend on what the intraday time frames are see, or the next lower time frames after the weekly are going to say. So real quick, step onto the daily, and you realize that the daily story and the weekly story, I mean, nothing different. Okay, in here, this is the last daily low that created the daily high. We've broken this guy over here, so the same story, we're gonna have the same push to the top. Okay, and like I said, it is based on what the intraday time frames are going to say. So real quick, let me step onto like my intraday higher time frame, which is H4. And on H4, I think 2 weeks ago I made this clear that even though we're on H4, all these structures we are seeing, they are not H4 structures. Okay, they are internal structures within the daily H4 leg, because in here the daily and the H4 were sharing the same structural leg. Okay, so real quick, in here we can define these internal structural legs so that we can break price down to, you know, a particular size or amount of data that we can work with. So currently I can see price doing something like this. We broke this guy over here. Okay, let me use this one. So we did this boom, boom, and then a boom. Okay, which means this is my last guy in there that I can work with. Okay, and then within this guy too, I can find the internal structures in there. Okay, very quick. So in here, what I can see is price doing some kind of a M15 moves. There were some M15 moves happening in there, intraday moves happening in there nicely. Okay, and currently this is our last one. Boom. Okay, this is our last guy, okay, that we need to break. If we don't break this guy, we are never moving to the top. So that's it. If we break this guy, then we are moving to the top. So let's step on to, like, let's say M15, and let's look at it proper. So in here, this is my high that created my low. This is my last high that needs to be broken before that bullish story from the weekly, daily will all start. Okay, which means there is a guy sitting here. Okay, so what can happen is, I think there is also another POI somewhere in here, but this one has been breached. I think so. We've breached this one, so it's no more valid for me. So what can happen is, when the week opens, we can have price, let's say, taking out this guy. Once we break this, then it means the bullish story has started, because intraday will now align with the higher time frames. Okay, so after this break, we can get a potential low, potential counter trend trade to the downside, probably first reaction point, or if we decide to retrace deeper, why not, we can also get that. So that's the first scenario. We break this point of interest, we get a counter trend move before we move to the top, either this point or deeper. Or second point is, we can respect that supply. Okay, can have price coming in there, respect it, drop, okay, and then again respect this. What it means is that even though intraday is bearish, momentum has what, switch bullish. Okay, so we're going to use that momentum to break, And then the last possible scenario is price will just tap into this guy, tap into the supply nicely, tap into the supply, okay, and then come break, okay. We take out this guy over here and then we continue to move to the downside, okay. But to me, I feel like once we are coming from this weekly point of demand or weekly point of interest, and it is also a bullish story, why not we can, you know, push all the way to the top. But like I said, or like I always say, you need to react to price, okay. So these are the scenarios that I've given you. Either a break, after this break the bullish story is confirmed, we can look for buys to the top, but then first we will need to take advantage of the counter trend trade to certain levels before we can now buy up, or price respecting the intraday structure, dropping down, respecting momentum leads to a break of structure, or price respecting point of interest, we drop. Instead of respecting momentum, we're gonna break and continue to move to the downside, probably come into the weekly POY once more before now we can move all the way to the top. So that's my view on Euro USD. Very simple, done under 5 minutes. Now let's switch to gold. So yeah, on gold I'm going to start from the weekly time frame, okay. So with the weekly time frame, very simple. Now what I'm seeing here is price doing this, boom boom boom, means we are respecting this guy. This story here looks like this, boom 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 boom, okay. So what do we see? Boom 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 boom, okay. So now I'm acting, or I'm gonna work within, I'm coming, let me clear this, I'm gonna work within this high and the low, okay. I'm gonna work within the space. Now right in here, what can I do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what the internal structure is doing within this space, within this price action, okay. So real quick, I can see this beautiful low that created this high all within this leg, okay. So now I can step onto daily time frame. Simple, okay. Keep it simple, not complicated. So on the daily time frame, what can we see? We can see this last guy over here, POI. So you can see that this same story aligns with the EU bullish story, right? So what are we seeing? Break of structure, price stops into the point of interest. Now it is left for us to go and see what the intradays are saying here, okay. So always it is the intraday that is going to show that we are about to start the move, okay. The higher time frame can give the direction, but if the intraday momentum doesn't switch, we are not moving. We need to have that momentum switch, you get me. So now that we have tapped into this, I'm not going to struggle that much with whatever POI or whatsoever, because in here all what I can see is a high that created a low, a high that created a low. Within this I can also see a high created a low, a high that created a low. So in real sense, this is my last guy over here, that if price is coming up, this can be like an obstacle, okay, probably to continue, or if we break, then we're going to continue to move to the top. So this will be my last obstacle in here. So now I can step onto lower time frames. Let's first do H4. Let's see if we have any point over there. Yeah, this guy, we have this guy over here. This guy, you can see how he went above this wick, okay. So this guy, instead of that one being our last point, this guy over here can be our last point, or better still, you can mark it as all of these. That's fine, but let's keep it this way, okay. Which means if we're going to push up, first encounter, okay. If we break this guy, then we're going to continue. If we don't break it, we are dropping. So once I see this guy, I can now move on to my intraday. So right here on intraday on gold, I think we've broken, yeah, we've broken to the top. We've broken this guy over here, but let me see, from here to here, 400, from here to there, to there, 35 something, yeah. So currently what I've seen is this internal break of structure, okay. Because price is not giving me any kind of like a clear point of interest over here, I'm going to assume that this might break of structure in here, which means that when the market opens, right, I can expect like a little drop into this guy, okay, somewhere in here, okay, before we can start a move. That is if the bulls decide to hold, okay. I'm gonna expect that, or better still, probably there's a POI somewhere in here which is still like holding the sales, so we can tap into it and then continue to drop down. But now that I've seen this, currently, because of whatever I'm seeing right now, broken structure, maybe counter trend to certain levels, okay, then now we can now look for buys all the way to the top. Once we get into this point of interest, all what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we're going to get any reaction to the downside, or if we're going to break with the bullish momentum, and then we're going to continue to move to the upside, just like the EU story. So this one, very simple. You don't stress yourself, okay? You don't stress yourself at all. So that is what gold is also saying. Either counter trend trade to certain levels, we continue the buys, or price push up a little, tap into some kind of a point of interest somewhere in here, and then we drop back. Probably after the second drop, maybe we can grab this guy and come back. But I'm quite sure that this is the confirmation to start the bullish story, and this one will be more confirmed if we break this guy. Then we are heading up. So that is the gold story. Very simple. GBPUSD. Let's see what we have on GU. I'm gonna start from the daily time frame because the structure looks similar to how do you call it, the EU. Okay, so in here, very simple. This is the last low created, last high created, taking out this guy. As simple as that. We'll be looking for counter trend trades. So without wasting much time, let's say H4 first. Let's look at H4 first. All what I can see is some beautiful intraday structures. Let me see. We break this guy, we have this guy creating this guy, we have this guy creating this guy. It means I'm supposed to work in this until this guy breaks. So intraday, what can I do? Intraday, we have some beautiful legs in here, beautiful intraday legs. This is the last one, just like EU. Okay, so that's the last one. So you can mark this point of interest. Okay, I'm doing this on H1 anyway. You can do it on also M15 or 30 minutes. So in here, what has happened is broke structure, point of interest. Currently price is tapping into this guy. Market has closed. When the market opens, two things or three things can happen. First of all, we can have price dashing down, tapping into certain levels. There is liquidity sitting here too, so we can have price dashing down, tapping into either this immediate one, or coming lower. No, if we come lower, we're going to take this low. If we come lower, we're going to take this low, but then we can tap into this guy and then continue the bullish momentum to break this. Okay, it is after this break that we can either assume this or coming lower to tap into this before they move up. Okay, but currently first one is we can tap into this guy holding the bullish momentum break, okay, before if any retracement will happen, then we're gonna have that. Secondly, because this is liquidity, we can have price coming sharply down with a wick, grab this loose and continue the move to the top. You understand? Or better still, market opens immediately, we grab the high that is breaking structure, then we move to that scenario where we can either react from here and continue the move to the top, or come down lower, tap into this guy and then move to the top, or even induce this low and move to the top. As simple as that. Don't stress yourself that much, keep it simple. So that's what I'm looking at on Euro USD, gold, and GBP USD, all of them giving us that bullish story, which means next week is going to be flying. Okay, so yeah, if you found value in this video, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, leave a like also on this video, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you within the week with another educative video. Stay safe guys, and have a peaceful week. Bye bye.